So, welcome to the first episode of solving the Rubik's Cube. So, in the first part, we're going to be going over how to do the cross. So that's going to look like this at the end. So it will have a white cross. You can pick any color, but I will be using white just for the sake of demonstration. I'd recommend that you stick to the same color as well. It has this white cross here, and it has these edges align with the color on the sides, which is also very important. But to do this is a bit of a two-step process. So in the process, we're going to have to create something I like to call the yellow flower. So the idea is that you have the yellow center, and you have all the four white edges around it. And then we can use that to, in the end, create the white cross. So we're going to start with a entirely scrambled cube here, and we're going to start figuring out how to do the white cross. The first step, as I mentioned, was the yellow flower. So we want to get all four of the edges around the yellow center. So this is the yellow center. It will never move. It will always be here, unless we move the cube, of course. But no matter how much we rotate the cube and all the sides and all of that stuff, the yellow center will stay here, always. And we're going to keep it there for a good reason. So that means we want to put the white edges, so this is one edge, this is another edge, this is the third edge, and this is the fourth edge. We need to put those four around this yellow centerpiece. So let's get started with doing that. A lot of this is very intuitive. If you can just figure out and mess with the cube and figure out how to solve it and get all the white edges around it, perfect, that works. There's no need for me to teach everything, but if it needs a little bit of help, I'm happy to do that. The method we're going to go with is we're going to address each different case. So there are a lot of different positions an edge can be in. It can be solved just off the bat, like this. It can just be in the right position. It can also be in line, but is not in the right position. This is another one where it's opposite to it. This is another one where it's sideways. And all these different cases are pretty simple to solve. So we're going to start with just picking one that's simple. So in this scramble, we have a white edge right here. And we want to put it somewhere around these four. We'll probably figure out how to do that. Just rotate it like that. Now we're going to do another one. So let's pick a different one. There are three to pick from. This one, and this one. We're going to do this one because it's, once again, one move away. I can put it right here. But the issue is that, of course, if I put it there, I've just gotten rid of the other one, which is not helpful because we need to get all four of them. So the way we can do this, actually, is we can just rotate this yellow face as much as we want, and it'll never change how many we've gotten done. It'll never undo our progress or anything close to it, which is perfect. So, given that, we can just rotate this a little bit, and then now, this can go into the place where it was. And there you go. It's now perfectly positioned to solve. And then this one's quite similar. There's no opening here, but we can just move this yellow face until we get an opening. And there you go. And that's three of the four pieces done already. Now, unfortunately, the last one seems a little more complicated because it's up here and facing us. And even if I move this here, you might notice, well, I can't put this into place. It's the wrong way around, of course. So how do we solve this? You can try and pause and figure it out if you like, if you just want the solution. I'll be giving that in a few moments here. The easiest way to do this is we don't want to mess up anything of what we've done already, of course, because that would be counterintuitive and not helpful. So we can rotate this face as much as we want. And by doing that, now we have this in a position which is quite familiar to us already. And with it here, now we can rotate this bottom face again as much as we want, and we can line it up so that the one piece that is not finished is there. And given that, we can do the final rotation, and there you go. That's the white flower done. So that's the first step. I'd recommend you do that a couple times before you move on, because it is a very important and pivotal step. And it's one of the more intuitive steps, which is always tricky to learn and to teach. So I'd recommend doing it at least a couple times before you move on. Just mess it up and try it again. But if you're ready to move on, we can do that right now. So from here, we want to go ahead and take this position. I want to turn it into something that looks like this, which is obviously around the white center and also having all of these align with the right edges. So the reason this step is necessary, I'll explain, is because as you can see, these colors don't align at all. This is green on red, blue on green, orange is correct, but red on blue. And by not aligning them intentionally, it allows us to move this face around, which makes solving the cross much, much easier. So it's very helpful to have that. So from here, what we can do is we can pick any of these 4 edges. I'm gonna just pick this one here, the white and red edge. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna hold this top part, and we're gonna see this color is red, and we're gonna rotate these bottom 2 layers until this matches with this color. So until this red edge matches with the red center. So this is still blue, so we'll rotate it again. And there you go. This is the red center. So what do we do when we get there? Now we're gonna hold the back of the cube, and we're gonna grab the front with our other hand, and we're just gonna rotate it 180 degrees. That's a little hard to see, but I'll do it again while being a little less obtrusive with my hands. Just rotate it twice for 180 degrees, and you should put it right onto the white face with the red aligning as well. Now we're gonna move on to another edge. So this is the orange edge with the white and the orange, and we're gonna hold the top, and we're gonna rotate. That's still red, that is green, that's orange, perfect. And so given that, let's rotate it 180 degrees, and there you go. So now we have red and red, orange and orange, and then we have the white line here. Now let's go pick another edge. And this is the white and blue edge, and this is green, so that's not correct. So let's grab the top again, rotate it once, twice, and there you go, that's correct. So we're gonna flip it all the way over again, 180 degrees. Move on to the last edge. I'm gonna be speeding up a little bit here. Still not correct, still not correct, correct. So we're gonna flip it over twice. As you can see here, we have the entire cross done. We can ignore this corner piece, it's not in the correct place, and we're gonna be addressing corners in part 3, I believe. But for the time being, that is the cross done with the edges aligning, which is very important for us to solve. And that's the first step completed. So, see you in the next one.